Autobots, roll out!
Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Activators Optimus Prime, and I love this toy. Originally released in June of 2010, he retailed for approximately $8 to $10, and he's another one of those sort of simplified push-button, spring-loaded activation gimmick Transformers. So, you know, it might be a little polarizing. A lot of people have issue with that, and I understand that. But this guy came out in a time that we were having these levels of transformation. So this guy was marketed as a level 2, which was meant for ages 4 and up. But still, very cool and very fun little figure, I find him to be. Optimus here in truck mode. He is approximately 5.5 inches long and approximately 2 inches tall. And what we see here is I'm going to go on a limb here and call it the classic Peterbilt truck that we saw in the first 3 movies. And again, some people may have issue with me calling it classic, but I only say that because that first movie is more than 10 years old now. So, you know, I think it's getting time close to where we're going to be calling this guy classic here. If not already, we're going to be doing so pretty soon. Now, the colors on this guy, well, yeah, he rolls just fine, as he should. You can see that. Colors on this guy, mostly just blue with the red hood. Some very few details, you know, silver grille, the yellow headlights, and the light blue. Windshields right there. Autobot symbol right there on the grill. If we can focus. There it is. Very dark red. I don't know why they made it that dark. It's kind of hard to see. And that was about it. The wheels were black. I painted those. The back and the hitch were also just in the same blue that you see in the back here. The whole back was blue. So I just kind of did, you know, the little back plate there and the hitch. I did those with Sharpie as well as the wheels, just to give it a little more color. And that's what I like about these cheap, smaller figures like this, is that they're pretty fun to just take and customize a little bit and just add a little bit of flair and a little personal touch. It kind of make them your own. So, fun little figure. Now, you can see that there's a little button right there on the top. So I'm going to back up just a little bit. Because he does get a little taller, but I don't know how tall. Well, I do know how tall. I just don't know if he's going to fit in camera or not. So, well, if you look in the bottom, you can see most of the robot is there. So what we're going to do is we're going to push on that button. I'm going to hold him this way, and I'm going to push on the button. And there you go. So what happened just now is the whole body of the truck here sprung forward, the hood sprung back, and the sides popped up to make the arms. And then from this point, you are going to have to do some work yourself. Let me bring the camera just a little higher. So, as you can see, the arms, we have to unfold these and bring them down. And then the legs, you're going to want to separate those and bring the feet down. And there is Optimus in robot mode, and I think he looks great. Now, there is something about this figure that might be throwing some people off, and I'm going to address that in just a moment. Here in robot mode, Optimus is approximately 6 inches tall. Very cool little figure. I really find this, for an activator, I find this to be a pretty solid figure. If you look at the head sculpt, it's a very, very nice head sculpt. Let's bring him in. Just a closer look at that guy. Very cool head sculpt. And that's also where this figure sort of kind of falls apart just a little bit, or where it might look weird to some. You're probably noticing that his head is huge. It's very unproportionately big for the rest of the figure. I don't know if that was accidental or if it could have been on purpose. And the reason for that is because this was aimed, again, at 4-year-old children. So, you know, this kind of makes them possibly look a little more kiddie-like or a little more friendly. I don't know. But that might have been the purpose for that. Not sure. But other than that, I think the figure looks great. And he's got, actually, like I was coming up to, for an activator figure, for a figure that was meant at 4-year-olds, this guy has great articulation. This is levels and levels and levels above what's coming out for the younger kids nowadays as of the time of this recording. And we're 5 movies in. So just taking a look at this guy, articulation-wise, his head appears to be on a ball joint. I can't be sure of that, but you can see he does have a rotation. There, he can look up and down a little bit, and he can also turn. So it kind of feels like it's on a, you can see the peg in there. It kind of feels like it's on a ball joint. I'm almost positive of that. Shoulders can come in and out. Now, he does have the spring-loaded inner shoulder there, so that's not where you want to turn him. You want to turn him here. He does rotate forward and backwards. He's got full rotation there. He does have a bend at the elbow. Again, that was part of the transformation, but he can do that. So if you use that little spring-loaded shoulder there, you can kind of have him wave his fist at his enemies. Damn you, Megatron! So there's that. Nothing at the waist. Hips are also on a ball joint, so you've got some in and out, and you've got some forward and backwards, and you have a hinged knee. You are going to be a little hindered by this piece back here, so you can't get a full 90, but you can get a knee bend right there, and a little bit of tilt on the ankles, again, because of transformation. But still, for a figure that was meant at 4-year-olds, this is levels and levels and levels above what we're getting now. You know, look at the articulation on this guy, just absolutely made me fall in love with him. So there you go. I like the little detail of the smoke pipes. When they transform, they rotate so that they can point up on the robot. They didn't have to do that. More than likely, this would not have been noticed, but they still did it anyway, and I love it. So yeah, very cool figure. Again, activator for 4-year-olds. For ages 4 and up, but I think it's a really, really cool figure. And I think that about covers Transformers Hunt for the Decepticons Activators Optimus Prime. What did you think of this figure, and what would you like to see me review next? Let me know by leaving me a comment, give me some thumbs up, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.